This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
On the news this evening, parliamentary workers suspend 2-month-old strike. Governor Wike reviews new security measures in statewide broadcast. Gunmen abduct students in Zaria, Kaduna State. Stakeholders speak on State of the Nation ahead of Democracy Day. On the foreign scene, Israel's former top spy reviews operations against Iran. I am Constance Mega. The Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria, PASAN, has suspended its over 2-month-old strike. Chairman of PASAN in Rivers State, Comfort Opune, told correspondent Emeka Otuka that the suspension is for 45 days, effective from Tuesday next week. Well, she said the strike will continue if the memorandum signed between the union and relevant stakeholders concerning the financial autonomy are not met within the 45 days.
The National Executive Council has given directives that the strikes should be suspended to enable the various houses of assembly pass the enabling laws that will put the financial autonomy in place, like the Funds Management Law and the House of Assembly Service Commission laws. So we are giving them 45 days with effect from that date to pass those laws in place. The strike is not called off, it is just suspended for 45 days to enable the various houses of assembly pass the enabling laws that will put the financial management in place. After then, if nothing is done, the strike will continue.
Well, the PASAN chairman in Rivers State, however, called on parliamentary workers in the state to resume Tuesday next week.
We are law-abiding, so our members should wash their working clothes, get their working shoes, and be ready to resume work effective from Monday, which has been declared public holiday. So from Tuesday, 15th June, they should return back to work.
Well, Governor Wike had said the striking parliamentary workers will forfeit their salaries until they call off their ongoing strike in the state. And as you may know, the parliamentary workers in Rivers State shut down the State House of Assembly since April in solidarity with the association's national strike to demand financial autonomy for the legislative arm of government. Moving on, as part of new strategies to curb insecurity in Rivers State, Governor Nyesom Wike has ordered the demolition of some illegal structures on Ahoda, Eleme and One axis of the East-West Road. In a state broadcast, Governor Wike said the decision followed the discovery of hideouts of criminals in the state.
The criminals are coming to terms with the reality that Rivers State is too hot for them to invade at will and detonate their foolish attack on targeted security posts and personnel. By the grace of God, we have identified the hideouts, safe houses, and secret places that provide both cover and comfort for the hoodlums to plan, execute, and return to after operations. This was the reason we ordered the destruction of all the shanties and makeshift structures located along Elele to Ahoda expanse of the East-West Road to deny the criminals the opportunity to continue to undermine our security from these hideouts.
Well, the governor, however, directed owners of illegal structures, mechanics along the Eleme One axis of the East-West Road to remove them within 2 weeks.
We have equally decided to destroy all the shanties, illegal shops and mechanic sheds along the Eleme to a near stretch of the East-West Road, having discovered these places also as hideouts and operational bases for criminals and criminal activities in the state. Consequently, I hereby direct owners of such shanties and illegal structures along the Eleme One axis of the East-West Road to vacate the area within 2 weeks from today, 11 June 2021, and the state government will go ahead to destroy these structures without any further notice.
Well, he said his administration will not yield to pressure to relax the night curfew in the state.
We will continue to take the war on criminality and insecurity to the den of the criminals and will neither yield nor lower the tempo of our assault until they are comprehensively neutralized. As a matter of fact, they want us to prematurely terminate the statewide night time curfew in order for them to have the leeway to operate again and roll back the gains of the last few weeks. But we shall not give in to any such pressure, as the security of lives and property is more important for us to safeguard at all costs than the business or social interests of anyone else or group. Let me therefore assure you that the existing curfew will not last one day beyond necessary, and plead with all of us to endure the temporary inconveniences in the interest of the state and our collective well-being.
Well, Governor Nyesom Wike also said erring members of the Rivers State Task Force on Illegal Street Trading and Motor Parks will be punished. His comments followed the killing of a bus driver on Tuesday by an NSCDC official attached to the task force.
We have also heard reports about the excesses of the State Task Force on illegal trading and parking on our roads, especially the alleged shooting of motorists, extortions, and abuse of the human rights of citizens. Recall that the previous task force was disbanded on account of similar reports, and we will not hesitate to bring the full weight of the law on any member of the task force who crosses the boundaries of the law and rational behavior. We to assure you, therefore, that severe action will be taken against anyone of them found to have acted beyond their powers against the criminal laws of the country. However, we wish to also appeal to motorists and residents to be responsible road users by complying with clear regulations against illegal trading, indiscriminate parking, and irresponsible driving on our streets.
Well, the governor also threatened to disband the River State Waste Management Agency, RIWAMA, if they fail to improve in 1 week.
The management of the State Waste Management Authority is hereby directed to clear the state of filthiness within 1 week from today, or be disbanded without any further notice.
Moving on now, the coalition of civil society groups in the South region today marched peacefully to the headquarters of the Department of State Services, DSS, and the headquarters of the River State Police Command over the recent attacks on security personnel. Well, one of those who led the march, Charles Inkotaria, spoke on behalf of the group.
We are here to declare our solidarity and support to the continual existence of Nigeria and to the sovereignty of Nigeria, the Nigerian state. The South people under this platform have come to also declare solidarity with the Nigerian security agents, especially the police, in the recent happening. We have come to tell you that we are solidly behind you. We have come to tell you, don't be discouraged with whatever that has happened to you. From today, the Niger Delta, the South people from every part of our communities are solidly behind you. And we shall give you the required support to ensure that peace reigns in our land. South people don't want war again in our country. We want peace.
Well, responding, the River State Commissioner of Police, Ebuka Friday, commended the group for identifying with the police.
We were here late last year during the NSAS period where policemen were killed. Only very few people identified with us. Recently too, we lost about 11 police officers. It's only you people that try to identify with us. I'm very happy today. I'm happy because you believe in the right things to be done the right way. If you want anything, there are always ways of doing and getting those things you want. But some people want to think it is only by violence they can get it, but you don't believe in violence. You believe in the rule of law. That is why thank you very much for taking this approach. I want to let you know that I will carry this message to the IG. I know you're very happy with this your movement too. Because my IG is a peace-loving person and he wants a peaceful Nigeria. He wants a united Nigeria. He wants a strong Nigeria. And we to put us together, we make Nigeria greater than it is today.
Well, correspondent Emeka Otoka reports that the group marched from Isaac Borough Park under the rain, carrying placards with different inscriptions like South wants resource control and One Nigeria, South wants restructuring, South wants peaceful coexistence and do not want another civil war, among others. 8 students and 2 lecturers have been abducted by gunmen who invaded Nuhu Bamali Polytechnic in Zaria local government area of Kaduna State. The bandits attacked the school located along the Kaduna-Zaria road last night, shooting at students and leaving several others injured. The Kaduna State Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Samuel Aruwan, said one student who was shot died on the spot. Well, a lecturer at the Polytechnic, Mr. Galadima, who managed to escape from the gunmen, spoke to newsmen.
They went into my battery where I was trying to enter the ceiling, and they dragged me down and brought me outside. So in the process of bringing me outside, I realized that I can push push the guy since he brought his hand, and I pushed him and I took off. So I went to security office again. So when they saw me coming, they closed their office and ran away. I had to proceed with my running, and they were looking for me with pump action gun. And the other guy was even shouting, "Where is the pump action gun man?" And I was running. Then luckily for me, I went to my hideout. I tell you, I cannot say it now. I hide somewhere. Police came in 2 hours time. It took them like 2 hours.
Still ahead, stakeholders speak on State of Nation ahead of Democracy Day. Stay tuned. Thank you for staying with us on the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Ahead of Democracy Day celebration tomorrow, a public affairs analyst, Gift Wallu, says Nigeria has recorded some good outcomes from democracy but failed in the practice. Speaking in an interview, Dr. Wallu said both the political class and the electorate do not understand how democracy operates.
And so in the end, what we have is not democracy in the true sense of the word democracy. It's just a democracy in name. Because if you look at the boxes, you find in a democracy, the ballot box, jury box, the cartridge, the gun, and then you look at, you will see that most elections in Nigeria are decided by the jury box, not by the ballot box. And that's dangerous. And then when you also see that the gun box is also playing, or the cartridge box is also playing a very serious role in our democracy, it takes away the power that the people have to decide who governs them and who doesn't.
Also, a lecturer with the Department of Political and Administration Studies, Dr. Eddie Obomanu, said Nigeria is not practicing democracy.
See some governors behaving as if they are kings over their subjects, and they have subjects. You won't call that democracy. The mere fact that every 4 years you call us to come and vote, and after that we'll go back, the next 4 years will come. That is if even our vote counts, does not make it democracy. There are certain things that make a society a democratic society. Things like liberty of the individual, right of the individual, even the security of the individual. All these things add up.
He, however, said democracy in Nigeria has so many resistance. Meanwhile, 22 years after Nigeria adopted a democratic system of governance, some residents of Port Harcourt say Nigeria's democracy has not helped women in the country. They say women will struggle to be heard, still struggle to be heard, despite the democratic setting in Nigeria, while others disagree with this.
Most of the governor's wives, their relatives, their children who are also female, are also benefiting. I will also have some women in elective positions.
The 22 years of democracy in Nigeria has been for only a particular gender. Women have broken some barriers in their profession and attained great heights, not by appointment, but hard work.
I would say it's 50-50. We have a lot more room for improvement. There is a space for more room for expression in women beyond what we already have. Beyond all the career places that women are already engaged in, there's a lot more room for improvement.
From 1990 date, he has given them voice, he has given them platform, he has given them freedom, he has given them accommodation.
Well, the federal government declared Monday, June 14, a public holiday to celebrate Democracy Day. In business, Governor Nyesom Wike says no government can employ everyone at the same time. The governor said this today during the foundation laying ceremony of the Renal Center at the River State University Teaching Hospital.
The health sector cannot complain. In terms of employment, we are never tired. You have listened to me to employ and approved. No government can employ everybody at the same time. All the ones that are approved, stay with that one. Our revenue has not improved. In fact, the way it is from the way you are going, you want to have one doctor to one patient. It will work out. It's not in my own time. You think that everything must be done, everything can happen. When you have finished everything, the person is gone, what will you do?
Well, our correspondent reports that the governor gave 3 Hilux vehicles to the River State Teaching Hospital. In entertainment, Keeping Up with the Kardashians is over, and in the final episode, Kim opened up about her relationship with Kanye and what she wants from a partner that was lacking in hers. While speaking to her mom, Kim confessed she had achieved everything she had set her mind to, yet she had no partner to share that with because she and her husband were mostly apart.
Am I just going to sit here and think, okay, my kids fulfill me and I'm good, and then I never thought I was lonely, and I always thought that's totally fine. I could just have my kids. My husband moves from state to state, and I'm on this ride with him, and I was okay with that. And then after turning 40 this year, I realized, like, no, I don't want a husband that lives in a completely different state.
And in sports, Euro 2020 starts today. The competition keeps its name even though it was delayed for a year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, it will now run from 11th June to July 11 across 11 countries. The tournament kicks off with Italy versus Turkey in Rome today. And Nigeria Info secured broadcast rights for Euro 2020 and will bring live commentaries of the tournament. The competition will also be broadcast across Wazobia FM, Arewa Radio, Cool FM Kano, and Wazobia Max, both in English and selected local languages, including Pidgin English, Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
The outgoing head of the Israeli spy agency, Mossad, has given a revelatory interview about the country's operations against Iran. Yossi Cohen gave details about the theft of Iran's nuclear archive, while the warehouse raid in 2018 ferried tens of thousands of documents out of the country to Israel. He also hinted at Israeli involvement in the destruction of Iran's nuclear facility at Natanz and the assassination of a nuclear scientist. On the news this evening, you heard that parliamentary workers have suspended their 2-month-old strike. Governor Wike is to demolish structures in new security measures announced in a statewide broadcast today. Gunmen have abducted students in Zaria, Kaduna State. Stakeholders have been speaking on the state of the nation ahead of the Democracy Day. And on the foreign scene, Israel's former top spy has reviewed the operations against Iran. The news was edited by Chioma Ezenwafo. Contact our newsroom on 0818-900-0017. Cloudy weather expected in Port Harcourt this evening. I am Constance Mega. Thank you for listening.